The Marlins looking to avoid a 4-game sweep at the hands of the Mets, and ain't that pretty. Christian Yelich would be a key figure in this one, first defensively. As we pick it up bottom 2, Jose Urena in a bases loaded 2-out jam. At the plate for the Mets is Jacob deGrom.
Into center, Yelich got it! How about that? Woo!
He not only robbed deGrom, he saved Urena at least 2 runs. And if the ball gets behind him, goodness knows. A big play by Christian Yelich.
So with Ichiro at second base, Prado at first, here's Christian Yelich. Marlins trying to strike first in the 3rd inning with 2 outs.
Yelich into center field, that's a base hit. Ichiro around 3rd, he's going to score. Prado on his way to 3rd, and Christian Yelich having a nice series here in New York. Gives Miami a 1-0 lead.
So with 2 outs, Yelich aboard, and Jeff Francoeur will bat.
Yelich running, good jump, pitches out, throws late. Yelich has another bag.
His 2nd of the night.
And Francoeur punches one into right center field. That's a hit. Yelich scores. Miami has a 2-0 lead. Scruggs to right center. Granderson not going to get that one. Off the base of the wall. Francoeur will score. Xavier Scruggs makes it 3-0.
But following the top of the 5th, deGrom motions for a trader to follow him into the Mets clubhouse. deGrom's night is done. This is certainly not a good sign for the Mets or their fans. Now 3-1 bottom 6. Yelich's interesting night continues.
And some bats. Liner, left center. Yelich dropped it. Just flat out dropped it. Up the middle, Echeverria to his left, stumbles, flips, Gordon's turn, and he got it. How about that? There wasn't any damage, and so D. Gordon had a little fun with it.
2 on, nobody out for the Marlins, a chance to tack on. Here comes the man of the hour tonight, Christian Yelich.
To another breaking ball, Yelich hits it to left, hits it well, Conforto back at the wall, can't get it, off the top of the, it's gone! It's gone! Yelich has hit it out! And the Marlins, on an enormous night by Christian Yelich, have stretched their lead. And here are the Mets with the bags loaded and nobody out, and Conforto coming up. Bouncer, Bear Claw, out there. Mathis to first, out there.
As easy as 1, 2, 3. Loney do, but it's not going to be Loney. It's going to be Yoenis Cespedes. Bearclaw, the 1-2 to Cespedes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Big fist pump from Kyle Bearclaw, and he gets out of the 8th.
The Marlins pick up the 6-4 win to snap their season-high 5-game skid, sending the Mets to just their 2nd loss in 8 games. Christian Yelich led the way with a career-high tying 4 RBIs, 3 hits, and 2 stolen bases. Jay Bruce has now registered his first back-to-back multi-hit games since joining the Mets.
Yeah, it's a new month, like you said. Obviously, August was pretty rough for us, but to come out here, turn the page, get a win in September, and just get off on the right foot was big for us. We're just doing what we can to help the guys out. Anything you can, whether it's steal a base, get a hit in a big situation, and if you can't do it, pass it on to the next guy, have him pick you up. And if you got a guy that's doing that, and you come up short, at least you can feel good about it, and that we play as a team. But tonight it worked out for us, and we got to take this momentum into Cleveland and see what we can do.
You made an incredible catch in the 2nd that saved a couple of runs from scoring, but unfortunately you had that drop ball. Your teammates were giving you a hard time. D. Gordon was making fun of you in the dugout, and then of course Jeff Francoeur with the appreciative round of applause. We see D right there. You got to get a little bit of a kick out of what they were doing.
It took a bad hop. And it just happened. Hit off the heel of your glove, and that stuff happens. You never like to see it. I kind of overran it a little bit and took my eye off of it, and that's what happens. But good thing Urena made a big pitch. A couple pitches later, got a double play, and we were able to laugh about it. Everybody's just playing as hard as we can, and if it works out for us, great. If it doesn't, great. But at least we left it all on the field, and you can live with that.
The series was tonight, honestly, and obviously big tonight. Got some great jumps in center. Obviously big hits for us, gets us on the board, and then gets us those extra runs late. So obviously really good. It was just a matter of time, really, honestly. It was the timing of him he's not going to keep struggling the way he was struggling. You know, he was swinging at some balls that he usually hits. So, you know, that's just going to be temporary with him. He's too good and his swing's too good. So the timing really just kind of coincides with him just kind of getting a feel and taking off. Yeah, that was obviously you don't want that game to get going. You know, these guys have been around. Obviously, what they were able to accomplish last year puts you know they've been through some stuff and that they're not going to just fold up and quit playing. So you don't really want to let that thing keep moving at all and turn their lineup over. So obviously that was huge. Didn't want to have to use him tonight, but it's what we had to do.
I don't know what you're talking about. I guess I got to go check. No, Ray didn't say anything to me, so, but I haven't been in the training room either, so I don't. That's news to me.
What did you make of his performance overall today?
Well, it's quite obvious. I mean, when you walk four guys, you know, command, he was behind the count, he had a lot of pitches in 5 innings. I mean, that's not Jake, and you know, that's the thing we've been watching is that his command is not what it has been, and that's been the big issue.
I know the hope was that he could correct the little issue that you guys had detected. Was he able to do everything that you wanted to in the span here, or is that just...
Steve, I can't answer that. I mean, you know, Dan's out in that bullpen with him, and I will tell you, he's such a good pitching coach. If he didn't think Jake was on the right track, he would have said something. So.
Dave.
Terry, you just gave him DeGrom that extra rest and the hope that it could kind of snap him back some, and you talked something mechanically earlier. Do you think it's a little bit more complicated than that now based on what you saw tonight?
I mean, what I saw tonight was, I mean, again, a lot of balls up and away, you know, arm side, tough finishing some stuff. I looked on, you know, I saw the replay of a couple balls, and again, that late movement I hadn't seen, that wasn't there. So, obviously, you know, we still got some work to do.
Matt.
I guess just with the offense, what's kind of the delicate line you're balancing in that you got to get Cespedes and Cabrera their days, but, you know, the last 2 times you haven't had them in the lineup, you know, you get the 1 run against the starting pitchers. I mean, just how tough a situation.
It's a tough situation. And that's exactly what it is. But I know one thing, Matt, we overplay them, and we won't have them for longer than just 1 day. We won't have them for the rest of the season. So, you know, we got to pick our days, and we got to let them rest, and we got to keep them strong, and that's just part of the gig, and that's why we got backup players here. You know, Kelly Johnson's done a great job. You know, Michael got a big swing. We got a big double tonight, and you know, Grandy got a double. Jay hit a homer, so we weren't lacking anything. You know, it's not like these guys are going to go 4 for 4 every game they play. So, you know, the nights we give them a night off is the nights, you know, somebody else has to step up and do a job. And we got back in the game. We did bases loaded, and we had guys in scoring position. We just didn't get a big hit.
John.
Terry, obviously it's been kind of a feel-good week here, but does this feel especially deflating because you feel you got to have DeGrom at some point probably to make this run?
No question,
all the
John.
way.
I mean, this is what you guys just informed me about is a little troubling to me. So I'm going to go check on it. But yeah, Jake DeGrom is a huge piece. You can't lose 3/5 of your rotation, and that was you know, coming out of spring training, arguably one as good as there was in the major leagues. You can't lose 3/5 of them and think you're in good shape.
But even if he's okay, I mean, he's got to be able to figure this out.
Yeah, he's good, and I think he will. The one thing we've always seen from him is that, you know, he's got a feel for pitching and what it takes. And right now, I don't know if it's the mechanical thing that maybe he's trying to do, and that it's instead of just pitching, the thoughts there, hey, look, I got to do this, I got to do that. But I'll certainly find out.
Barry.
Terry, last year you spent so much time, the whole organization, trying to space out these pitchers and make sure they didn't pitch enough. And, you know, we don't have to go into detail about it, but is it safe to say that the way it's played out this year, that everything you guys tried to do with these guys just didn't work?
I don't think that's true, Barry. I mean, obviously we got to the World Series, so it did work.
No, I'm talking about for the year after.
Well, again, nobody wants to pay attention to it. Nobody wants to think it's a real thing. But these guys pitched a lot of innings, pressure innings, late in the season. The last 2 months, the months of really 3 months, months of August, September, and October, those guys were in pressure-packed innings. That takes a lot out of you. And so we're seeing the ramifications of it. But the fact that we got them to those innings is because we took care of them. I mean, I'm looking through that rotation right now, and there's nobody that's got head over heels too many innings. You know, I talked to Tim Flannery in San Francisco, and he talked about how their guys, you know, all could come back the next, you know, and we're throwing 200 innings. We're trying to take care of these guys now. So I think we try to do as good a job as anybody's taking care of these young arms.
Two on, nobody out for the Marlins. A chance to tack on. And here comes the man of the hour tonight, Christian Yelich.
To another breaking ball. Yelich hits it to left, hits it well. Conforto back at the wall. Can't get it. Off the top of the... It's gone. It's gone. Yelich has hit it out. And the Marlins, on an enormous night by Christian Yelich, have stretched their lead.